What happens when the fabric of family loyalty is tested under the blinding spotlight of betrayal? When trust, love, and fame collide, the world doesn't just watch, it judges. In the aftermath of the Tristan Thompson and Jordyn Woods scandal, a storm swirled around Khloé Kardashian, forcing her to confront heartbreak not behind closed doors, but in front of millions. The fallout was immediate, raw, and devastating. And as cameras rolled and whispers turned into headlines, two sisters, Kim and Kourtney Kardashian, stepped into the role of protectors. Their solution? To whisk Khloé away to Palm Springs, a desert refuge far from the paparazzi flashbulbs and the suffocating chaos of Los Angeles. But behind that escape lies a story more complex than any tabloid headline could capture. I was there in the thick of the narrative as this drama unfolded in real time. The scandal didn't just begin, it erupted. When news broke that Tristan Thompson, Khloé's partner and the father of her daughter True, had been involved with Jordyn Woods, someone once considered family, it sent shockwaves through the Kardashian-Jenner circle. Phones buzzed. Social media exploded. Every outlet carried the story with relentless fervor. The fallout wasn't just personal, it was global. And in that moment, Khloé's entire world seemed to fracture. You could feel the weight pressing down on her. Betrayal is hard enough to face in private, but this betrayal was magnified by fame, dissected by strangers, and immortalized in headlines. In Khloé's silence and her pained glances, you could sense the burden. Every question asked by fans, every meme, every speculation added fuel to the fire. It was more than a relationship unraveling. It was a public unraveling of trust, of family bonds, and of resilience. Kim Kardashian, never one to let family sink without a fight, became a shield. Her instinct was swift. Get Khloé out of the public eye, away from the clamor. Kourtney Kardashian, more measured yet equally protective, agreed. Their chosen sanctuary was Palm Springs, a desert oasis that, for the Kardashians, had always represented tranquility, distance, and the kind of privacy that was impossible to find in Calabasas. I could almost hear Kim's voice, sharp with urgency, as she said, "We need to get her out of here. Now." The drive to Palm Springs felt like a pilgrimage. The desert stretched endlessly, the roads long and empty, mirroring the sense of escape they were seeking. For Khloé, this wasn't just a physical journey, it was an emotional one. Behind her sunglasses, tears brimmed, the reflection of betrayal glinting in the desert sun. Her sisters flanked her, not just as family, but as warriors holding her together when the world wanted her broken. The scandal of Tristan and Jordyn was more than gossip. It was betrayal wrapped in layers of intimacy. Jordyn Woods wasn't just a friend. She was a fixture in their inner circle, practically family. For her to be involved in this fallout was a wound deeper than the headlines could express. In Palm Springs, as the desert wind carried whispers of calm, Khloé replayed the betrayal in her mind, over and over, each repetition cutting deeper. Kim knew distraction was not enough. She knew her sister needed grounding. She reminded Khloé of her strength, of the resilience that had carried her through past storms. Kourtney, quieter, offered a steady hand, a presence that didn't need words. Together, they formed a protective barrier, a reminder that though the world might feast on Khloé's pain, she would not face it alone. The house in Palm Springs was a world away from the chaos. The air was still, broken only by the sound of palm trees swaying and the occasional laughter from the sisters, who tried to find fragments of normalcy in the storm. They lounged by the pool, the desert sun warming their skin, but even in the laughter there lingered the shadow of Tristan and Jordyn. For Khloé, healing was not immediate. The wound was fresh, raw, and unforgiving. As night fell over Palm Springs, the desert sky stretched wide with stars, offering a quiet the city could never give. It was here in the stillness that Khloé began to breathe again. Each inhale was strength, each exhale a release of betrayal's grip. Her sisters watched, careful not to push, knowing that healing was a journey she had to take at her own pace. But their presence was everything, proof that even in chaos, family could be refuge. The scandal, of course, didn't fade with the desert sun. Back in Los Angeles, the headlines continued. Paparazzi stalked. Social media speculated. Tristan Thompson became a symbol of infidelity. Jordyn Woods, once embraced by the Kardashian-Jenner clan, found herself at the center of a storm that tarnished her bond with them forever. And Khloé, she became both a victim and a symbol of strength, her heartbreak transforming into a narrative the world couldn't look away from. But here's the truth that cameras can't always capture. In that Palm Springs escape, amid the desert winds and sisterly laughter, Khloé wasn't just a headline. She was a woman grappling with betrayal, a mother worried about her child's future, a sister being lifted by love. It was raw, unfiltered, and painfully human. Kim and Kourtney's role in that escape wasn't just protective, it was symbolic. It showed the unbreakable thread that binds the Kardashians. Say what you will about their fame, their scandals, or their empire, but in moments of crisis, their loyalty to each other shines brighter than the lights of any paparazzi camera. Palm Springs wasn't just a refuge. It was proof that even when the world turns on you, family can be the fortress that holds you up. The Tristan and Jordyn fallout will forever remain a chapter in Kardashian history, dissected by fans, replayed in reruns, and discussed in whispers. But the escape to Palm Springs tells a deeper story of sisterhood, survival, and the search for peace in a life lived under relentless scrutiny. And so, as I stood there watching Khloé lean into the stillness of the desert, I realized something profound. Healing does not always happen in silence, nor does it always happen in grand gestures. Sometimes, it happens in the quiet drive away from chaos, in the desert air of Palm Springs, with sisters by your side. The scandal may have belonged to Tristan Thompson and Jordyn Woods, but the survival belonged to Khloé Kardashian. And thanks to Kim and Kourtney, she found the space to reclaim it.